Okay. So good afternoon all, and welcome to the another lecture of say number system that we were studying in the last class, and we are doing some of the interconversions between the number systems, and I guess everybody of you have understood how to convert the numbers from decimal to any number and from any number to decimal number. Yesterday we have started with the another form of conversion that was from binary to hexadecimal and binary to octal and vice versa. Right? I have also uploaded that video on YouTube. You can go through that. If you have any doubts, you can put comments over there itself, and also you can chat with me on the WhatsApp group. So if you have any queries, please let me know so that we can rectify those at the earliest. Now, today we are going to continue with the same session, but now the last conversion that we are heading towards is the conversion between the octal and say hexadecimal. That is what is left over there. So, how many of you are able to do that now? Can I ask this question to you? Can we convert a octal number to a hexadecimal number and vice versa? So how many of you are able to do this? Can anybody do this? Yeah, if you have understood all what we have studied up till now, so you might be able to do that, I guess. And that's what my question is, because I need to know how much you have understood. Unless and until you give us me a feedback that we have got the things, how could I proceed further? So anybody of you can unmute themselves and let me know whether you are able to do this octal to hexadecimal and hexadecimal to back to octal. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Omkar is now joining. Right. So can anybody tell me how to convert a octal number to hexadecimal and a hexadecimal number to octal? Yeah. Nobody. Babre. It's difficult to teach you now. Hmm. Okay. So if you have not understood that, let me know. Have you understood how to convert decimal number to octal? I guess everybody has understood this. Decimal to octal, you have understood?
Yes,
Good. And another one, you have understood octal to decimal,
yes, sir.
little bit tricky. है ना? So you have got this decimal to octal and octal to decimal. Very nice. Similarly, have you understood decimal to hexadecimal? I guess you have done this. So decimal to hexadecimal and vice versa. Back to here means hexadecimal to decimal. I guess you have done this and you have understood too. Yeah, thank you, Sanket. So
Yeah.
keep giving me feedbacks on that, right? So decimal to octal you have understood, octal to decimal you have understood, decimal to hexadecimal, even hexadecimal to decimal, you know how to convert that. So if you understand this, now tell me whether you are able to convert a octal number to hexadecimal or hexadecimal to octal again. Are you able to do? Might not be the straight way, but indirectly. Yeah, anybody?
Sir,
Sanket? Yes, Sanket.
सर
Good.
ऑक्टल टू डेसिमल करेंगे फिर
Very
डेसिमल
good.
टू हेक्साडेसिमल
वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस। मतलब ठीक है, हम लोग डायरेक्टली ऑक्टल से हेक्साडेसिमल नहीं जा पा रहे हैं कन्वर्जन के लिए। वी आर गोइंग एट इनडायरेक्ट मेथड ऑफ इट, बट स्टिल वी आर एबल टू कन्वर्ट ऑक्टल नंबर टू हेक्साडेसिमल एंड हेक्साडेसिमल टू ऑक्टल अगेन, वाइस वर्सा, राइट? इतना आता है हमको, अगर हम लोगों ने थोड़ा सा लॉजिक लगाया। इसके साथ साथ एक और चीज मैं आपको यहाँ पर बताना चाहता था, और वो ये है, हाँ, कि हम लोगों को डेसिमल से बाइनरी भी कन्वर्जन, सॉरी ऑक्टल से बाइनरी भी आता है, बाइनरी से ऑक्टल भी आता है, बाइनरी से हेक्साडेसिमल भी आता है, हेक्साडेसिमल से बाइनरी भी आता है। सो देयर इज वन अनदर वे ऑफ कन्वर्जन ऑफ दैट, है ना? तो वो भी हम कर सकते हैं, राइट? So you can go any, you can choose any one of that. Basically, if you go through that channel to convert a binary number to octal and octal to binary and binary to hexadecimal and hexadecimal to binary, so I guess this is a very easiest way to convert a octal to hexadecimal. There is no direct way of converting a octal number directly to hexadecimal, but we have to go through an indirect method of it. So the conversion from binary to octal and say from sorry, octal to binary and then from binary to hexadecimal is a little bit easier to convert, right? So we can uh, go through that channel. So let us start with a with an example. And if anybody is having an example of conversion, or if anybody can give me a number to convert, let us start with octal to hexadecimal first. So can anybody give me a number of octal? Anybody can unmute themselves and let me know if you have a number which can be converted to hexadecimal first, and then we'll proceed towards that. So can anybody? Yeah, 748. Rinky, रिंकी बेटा, इज इट है ऑक्टल नंबर? पहले तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन वही है. 748 is an octal number or not? Yes or no? How many of you know 748 is the number given by Rinky? Is it an octal number? No. Thank you, Manish. One आया. मेरे ख्याल से भी 3 plus 4. 7 students are there. So I need 7 answers. Sanket is also saying no. 2. And rest, कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो बोल रहे हैं नो? कोमल नो, ओमकार नो, ठीक है, 4 हो गए. और 3 लोग और बाकी है. अच्छा, रिंकी का तो नंबर ही है, तो रिंकी को छोड़ दो. 2 लोग और बाकी है जो ये बोलते हैं कि अच्छा कौन बीच में है. अच्छा, श्रेया इज ऑल्सो सेइंग नो. हाउ कम श्रेया? You know octal numbers? Good to see you on this, but it's okay. Now my question was 748 is not a octal number. Why it is not a octal number? Because it is containing 8. Now for to be in a, to be the part of the octal number, we require only 7 symbols. Understand this, 7 symbols which start sorry, 8 symbols which starts from 0. So we have numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So total are 8 symbols, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 symbols are there, and that is why 8 can't be included in that octal number. So we require to change this, right? So please understand. Yeah, thank you, Komal. Keep giving me feedback. So if I change this number, say I will write it like 6, right? So it might become a octal number. Yeah, it is definitely, it can be written as hexadecimal number also, it can be written as decimal number also, right? So just see for the radix that what it is written, right? If you are writing like this, yes, hold it first. Yeah. So just know what radix it has been written. So unless and until you understand the radix, you won't get that which in which number system the number lands, right? So 746 of 8, that is octal number. Now this is to be converted to hexadecimal, right? So the simple procedure is convert this to a binary, and then from binary to we will be converting it to hexadecimal. Now make a 3 group for these 3 numbers of binary. So you'll require that particular table of that we have written yesterday, right? So decimal number is like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is what we have studied earlier in our KG1, KG2, 14 and 15. I guess my daughter is in pre-nursery and she is learning this now. 1, 1, 11, 1, 2, 12, 1, 3, 4, 13, 1, 4, 14 and 1, 1, 5, 15. So the binary equivalent of these numbers If I need to write it in binary, so we'll require 4 bits for that. So I'm writing that number in binary. So 000000001, 0010, 0011, 00, sorry, 0100. Then we have 0101, 0110, 0111. Then we have 81000, 91001. Then we have 10, 1010, 11, 1011, 12, 1100. Then 13, 1101, 14, 1110, and last is 15, 111. So we are having this 4-bit binary equivalent, and we can put the hexadecimal as, this is the hexadecimal equivalent. So we need to understand, or we need to remember this table. So for hexadecimal, we might write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have started with A, B, C, D, E, and lastly we can write F. Right? I guess it is visible to you all. Similarly, for octal, we have to use only 8 symbols. So we can write like this. It will start with 0, 1, 2, then we are having 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After 7, it will have 0 with a carry 1, then 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, and 1, 7. So this is how we are expected to write a octal number and the equivalent. So decimal number, binary number, hexadecimal number, and octal. This was the table which I was expected you to draw when I have started with the number systems, right? So for why I have written this is because we should know what is the equivalent number of that binary equivalent or the hexadecimal equivalent of that number. So now we are having this number as 746. So 746. So for 7, what is the binary equivalent of this in octal? So we for octal we will have this much of number itself for 7 to 0, right? So these numbers are for octal. So write those numbers in 3 bits, right? So for 6, we are having this number as 110. For 4, it is having, yeah, anybody can tell me 6 is this 100, and for 7, it is having 111. So I have made the 3 groups 1, 2, 3, right? So for 7, it is 111. You can see that. For 4, it is having 100, that is 4. And for 6, it is, sorry, 7. For 7, it is having 111. So it is 7 again. Now, write this number. Now, this is the binary equivalent of this. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to make the groups of 4 now by this. So the number is for binary is 111, 100, 110. So this is the binary number of that. Now make a group of 4 bits at a time. So 4 bits is this is 1 4, and this is 1 4, and this is only 1. So lastly, it is only 1 is remaining over there. So I will be adding 0 over there. So the number is 0001. This is first 4 bit. Then second is 1110. And the first one is 0110. So these are the 4 bits that we are having. Sorry, these are the 3 groups of 4 bits we are having. And now convert this, the equivalent of this. So what is 011? 011, I guess, is 6. So I'm writing 6 over here. Now 1110. So 110 is 14 in decimal, E in hexadecimal, and 16 in octal. So I'm writing E as the number 1110. And lastly, 001, it is 1 only. So I'm writing 1. So this is again the equivalent of hexadecimal. So I am writing 16. The radix of this is 16. So this is how you are expected to convert a octal number to hexadecimal. Indirectly, it is being converted. So first, this is the easiest method that you can go through. But for that, remember, you have to mug up this table. You should understand what is the equivalent of this 16 numbers, right? The same 16 numbers for binary, 16 numbers for hexadecimal, 16 numbers for octal, at least, right? So this is how you are going to convert. And if you need to go vice versa, you have to again proceed in the reverse direction so that you can get the same numbers again. So from hexadecimal to octal, what you'll have to do is you have to convert each bit of a hexadecimal into 4 bit of binary first, and then that 4 bit binary you have to write a bit. You have write the whole number of binary over there, then make again a 3-bit group of that and write the equivalent of octal of that those 3 bits, right? So you can get back this number. That is how you're going to you're expected to convert a octal number to hexadecimal and hexadecimal to octal. I guess it is clear now. Is there any problem regarding this? So directly, we don't have any method to convert a octal number directly to hexadecimal or from hexadecimal to octal. We have to go through this only. So we have to move through binary and binary to hexadecimal, right? So we have to go for first octal to binary and binary to hexadecimal. A little bit of a tricky, but yeah, we have that procedure. So in between, we need to do this. We have to go from octal to binary and from binary to hexadecimal. Similarly, while doing the reverse of it, so hexadecimal to binary and then binary to octal. Accordingly, we'll have this. This is actually the indirect method of conversion from octal to hexadecimal and hexadecimal to octal, right? So the conversions between all the numbers are being completed hopefully. Just a single one is left where we are expected to convert a decimal point number, right? So in that case, uh, how you are going to convert that? So that is it. Just for a second. Yeah. So yeah. So we have to complete this. Am I visible? Let me know. So we are going to convert a decimal point into a decimal number which is having a fractional decimal number to binary and binary to decimal again, right? So we have this number, say 41.06875. So this is the number that we are having, and we need to convert this number into, this is a decimal number, and we are expecting it to be converted to binary, right? So to convert a decimal number to a binary, what method we have used? So we are having two portions over here. This is 41.6875. This is a number. So we are having, okay, not visible. Keep me updated, right? Please. So yes, I will write it again. So it is 41.6875. Is it visible now? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
41.6875 is the decimal number, and this is what we are expecting to convert it to a binary, right? So we are having two portions over here. The one is the integer part, and the other one is the fractional part. So we can divide it. So I can write like this. This can be written as 41 plus 0.6875. Right? Can we write like this of a decimal number? Can we write like this? So I have divided
Yes,
the
sir.
integer part and this other part. So we are having this. The integer part, how to make it, how to convert it into decimal, by double method. Just divide it by 2, and then we'll be storing the remainders over there in from the down to upward direction, right? We are now at this point we are concerned with this, the fractional part of it. So how to convert a fractional part? We will try to do both of them, sir. So for that, we are just going for the fractional part. So to convert this fractional part into binary, what we need to do is we need to multiply. In the integer part, what we are doing, we were doing the division of that, right? So in this portion, while converting a fractional part into a binary, we need to multiply this by 2. So I am dividing it by 2. So 2 uh, 0.6875 multiplied by 2 will give you how much? Can anybody tell me? So it is around 1 point, approximately 375, I guess. 3750. So this is the double of this, right? So we are having two portions. The first one is the integer part, and the other one is the fractional part. So in this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to store the integer part. I'm writing here 0, and I am storing the integer part. So 1 is stored over here, right? As we were storing carry over there, now we are storing the integer part of it. Again, multiply the fractional part, that is 0.375 into 2, but again, so it will give you 0.75, I guess. So just go through that multiplication. So 0.375 multiplied by 2 will give you 0.75. The integer part is 0, so I am storing that integer part, that is 0 again. Then we have 0.75, again multiply by it by 2, so we'll be having 1.5. So 0.5 is there, and I'm storing the integer part. So that is 1 again. Again, multiply the 0.5 into 2. So 0.5 multiplied by that 2 will give you 1. So 1 0. So I'm storing that 1 over here, right? So what we have done, we have multiplied the fractional part by 2, and we have continued to do. And in some places, in some instances, what happens, that there is it doesn't land to 0. In this portion, it is landing to 0, right? But in some portions, it goes on repeating and repeating. So in that case, we'll be repeating only twice. Now store the numbers, integers, in this fashion, right? From up to down. While in the integer part, what we'll do, we'll store from down to up. In this portion, we'll do that. So this is that. So 0.68, sorry, 6875 of decimal, is it visible? Can be written as 1011 of point. This is point. So point, sorry, I will put 0 over this. So it is 0.1011 of binary. I guess the time is short over here. From in the next class, we will continue with this. I have only 1 or 1.5 minutes left for that. So today I have just introduced you. We can say tomorrow we will continue with this. So I guess you have understood all types of conversions in this. So thank you very much for joining, and I expect the same kind of attendance. Thank you, Beta. Ek second. So thank you very much. Have a nice time. See you soon. Go through my YouTube channel, watch the videos, and today we have almost completed the interconversions of numbers between the other numbers and vice versa, right? So see you soon. Bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. Good day.